That's okay though. Yeah, they're crazy with it. I'm one that needs like my Discord organized, you know what I mean? I never say anything. I rarely say anything. Yeah, imagine. That thing just notified me not that long ago. Oh, that's what it was. I was on Kashtuka bot earlier. I bet that's why. That I have probably followed Curly. Okay. Yeah. It told me it was going to update a couple minutes ago, and I had scheduled the update at midnight, and I forgot all about it. Sure as shit, it did it right then. It's all good though. Since most of my support comes on Trovo, and we're right back at where we're at. It's not that bad. I'd be more upset if it was somewhere where I had a whole bunch of numbers. The other day, the power shut off like our internet during that tornado watch or thunderstorm, whatever the fuck it ended up being. I almost would have switched back to Minecraft, but since it's giving me such shit, I think I'll just like hold off for a while. And kind of just building whatever, anywhere anyways. Although I might get in there at some point, like I said, and go through my tunnel and block off some of my other adventure paths, because like I don't really want people to fucking, if anybody explores some of the areas I have set aside, I'd be a little upset. I usually don't get upset about the games, but usually I'm casual and I play for fun, but there's going to be a time or two where I'll be a little sweaty. And I'm like, oh, don't touch my area, don't fuck with my area. And right now I kind of consider anything in and around the tunnel in the nether, that's my area. That's where I've been working towards. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why I've like seriously debating buying the copy of Minecraft, because it's like I was part of these other communities, and that's when I first started getting into Minecraft. a month or two ago, and they had this like big falling out and shit. And, you know, I have Minecraft, but it's not as fun to play by yourself, so it's kind of more of a community game. But it's also dependent on the community, so. We're getting there, though. Not been a huge part of the streaming community for a long time, so, and I feel like I'm building up fairly decent amount of people. Most anybody that knows me knows I can organize things pretty well, so and since I've led guilds and groups before, you know, that didn't have falling outs, that I kind of need to be up there on stuff. Yes, you have a good sleep. I'll probably be on for a little bit longer, but, you know, it's getting late. I was on earlier, so. Alright, if you want to send anything, I'm here. I got my phone right here. Just waiting. Kind of dragging now, but I'm drinking like coffee, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Oh my gosh, they're in there. What's that baby? I just hear this toddler screaming a lot. The other day it was, you want to take a shower and he'd scream no. And then after a little while it was like, all he wanted to do was take a shower, so it's like, no. It's like, you're not taking a shower now, boy. You just screamed at me for like 4 hours about not taking one, so you can take one tomorrow, I guess. He's a toddler. He's a baby toddler. Oh boy. He's just like, gosh. Potty training's been so fun with him. just like with him, he just gets so preoccupied. As long as you stay on it, it's fine, but I guess it's more of a toddler type thing in general. Because he's just like, pretty much argues anything you ask or say. That's okay. People try to say that boys are worse, and it's like, well, I guess I get to find out, because we say that she'll be easy, the girl will be easy, but probably not. Yeah. You have to literally time, we go in there timed all the time, like just go, go, go. Yeah, I feel that, you know, will probably be that way too. I hope that she'll be easy and then be like, oh, no, he was the easy one. Oh no, well, I mean, he won't really be in there. We don't really, like, I don't know, we don't bathe them together, we don't let him, like, we don't even go to the bathroom with him or anything, usually. Like, we'll go in the bathroom with him, but we don't go to the bathroom at the same time. Like, we try to be like, oh, this is your private time. Hey LT, thanks for that host. Appreciate you coming by and thinking of me and showing that support. I mean, I don't, you know, I mean, I'm sure she knows that he does, but I mean, they're never in there together or anything, so not really. Most of their potty stuff is like separated for the most part. Not to mention there's just like, that bathroom's so damn small. Oh crap. I didn't notice they both had got hooked. I don't know, like, she generally isn't gonna know that he's in there and vice versa. Just let me do it. I gotta take the fucking protection hit, thanks. Yeah. I don't know. We've already obviously started trying to get her in on it, but she's a fucking diva. She just pretty much screams and bitches about everything. Yeah, pretty much. chasing them. Fuck this team. I'll mess with that in a minute. Haha. Hi 007. How are you? Man, quit trying to fucking take all the hooks. Get your ass on out. Come on. At least a little bit away. Thanks, LT. Oh yeah, dude, there's a lot of people that do that. That do sub only or follow only, yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, I kind of feel like it's like a lot up to the streamer, and then obviously if people don't like it, then like, you know, just don't go in there. I mean, it's a lot like, it is a lot like a job. Streaming is a certain way, and everybody has to look at it just a little bit differently, and do what makes them, you know, what they feel is comfortable, but also what can make them, you know, some people stream for fun, some people do stream for money. So, in the sense of a sub only, it makes sense. And it keeps a lot of trolls out of your chat and your community in general if they sub. And then if they're a troll, at least they paid. I mean, I guess that just depends. Some people do fake follows and fake bullshit. And sometimes I feel like the sub only or the follow only thing, that a lot of people will complain about that are streamers, because they don't want to do that, and that they feel like, oh, this isn't gonna, you know, this isn't gonna work. Look at this team. Literally, they were not that good. Not the killer. The killer was fine. The team was whatever. But I'll hear people say, oh, that's not good. Follower only and sub only. Chat, that's not good for people. And it's like, you'd probably be surprised. Of course, I feel like that's something that's easier to do once you're a bigger name. So once you get to a certain point, you could probably get away with doing something like that a little bit easier. But if you're just starting out and you're trying to do follower only or sub only chat and stuff, then you're not gonna make it as well. You would already have to basically have a lot of people. And a lot of them will do it at that point. No, I mean, this would have to be once you reach like 50 live viewers or something at once. Like when you have a whole bunch of live viewers, if you have a whole bunch of people that want to play with you, or a whole bunch of people that are, you know, Jesus. Well, that's why they were probably survival friends. Good game, I guess. Like I said, they didn't do anything wrong. The pig was fine. This is not my group, people. Hopefully they don't think that we're all part of the same group, because we weren't. Although, I mean, like, I think it's good for the sub only or the follower only chat and other stuff. It can be good to like keep people out. It also limit, you know, because you'll reach a point where you only have so much time to play with people or interact with certain people, and it's, you know, you don't want just the spammy shit going through your chat if you're trying to focus on people that do matter. So like, if you did have people that came through and subbed and they're not getting any special benefits, like it does matter. Like I think that kind of matters. Like you need to provide a certain level of content for people that it's called Just Dance. Uh, Probably 2020, but I believe 2021 just came out, so it'd be Just Dance 2021. You could like look that one up or something. I would think they have it on PC. I'm not actually sure. It may just be Xbox. Mm, now that I think of it. But yeah, that's why some people will do. Some people do that just to like keep trolls out of their chat. Other people want to do it because they want to provide content for people that actually pay, that subscribe, you know. And if you have quite a few people that subscribe to you, if you're, you know, you at least want to make some. I don't know if I would do follower only or sub only chat like every single stream and every single day, but I could definitely be like, okay, like my weekends would only be like sub only kind of thing. So it's like, okay, this is sub. These streams, these days are specifically intended for people that subscribe to me, kind of thing. Again, you'd have to have a lot of people, but. Damn. Dropped a couple of ranks there. Or pip down last. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, that's like all console. You can't get that on PC. Unfortunately, Just Dance. Yeah. Well, I mean, the market definitely needs exclusives. Otherwise, it'd just be all the same games on all the same dumb fucking, you know, on all these platforms. Wouldn't really fucking make any difference. Like,
If you had one, you wouldn't have to get the other one ever for any reason.
I mean, you would just always upgrade, but then when you'd go to upgrade, like, it's just like, it'd make it really difficult to decide what one you'd want. Because it wouldn't be any exclusive games. That's why I'm like, well, I don't, you know. But I myself, since I have Xbox stuff on here, they don't have every Xbox game on PC. It's on console. And you can't do the reward system on PC quite like you can do it on there. If you have console, you can like do way more than, you know, what's on PC is just limited. But with all that being said, yeah, PC, you have Steam, you have the Xbox. Like, if you have all that kind of combined, like, it literally would make it be like, well, then PS is maybe the one I'd look for, but.
Yeah.
Because you could still have Ultimate and get perks and benefits and stuff like that on PC. The only thing I would really, you know, that's unfortunate is that on Game Pass, PC and console, they're different. It's a different library. And there's more on console. Fucking gunslinger, what? Oh, shit, sorry. I'm using it. I play on PC, but I use an Xbox controller. sometimes when I'm doing shit, I use one hand. That's pretty close though. Big fuck up. Huh? Oh yeah, you see me. Yeah, hello Samuel. Thank you for stopping in. So D, this is one like whatever where like, and I think I can change it, but it pretty much alerts anybody anytime anyone comes in, so new follower or anything, so it's weird. Some people will pop in and out before you even have a chance to say hi. It's weird. But it's always good to be friendly regardless. Yeah. It's odd. That's one I'm not really sure how I feel about it, because it doesn't really give people a chance to come in and view your channel without being like called out. You know, so like as soon as someone comes in and you're like, hey, thank you for coming in, Samuel, how are you doing today? And they're like, well, I wasn't planning on talking or anything, you know, like I'm just stopping by. It can be kind of off-putting. So I know some people that do that where they're like, oh, hello, so-and-so, and I'm just like, I just pretty much wait for people to say stuff myself, you know. Oh, whatever, fuck. I fucking hate Gunslinger, like, just like, ugh, I don't know why. Not because this or the match or the way he is, just like, I don't like the killer. And I don't mean the person playing the killer, I mean I don't like the character. Although I love the concept of like, people being able to have a killer that they can like shoot with. So like I get it. If he's like his concept is okay, but he's just like so lackluster. It's fucking really lame. Which they all laugh and they all act kinda, they kinda can be annoying where people are like, oh, I don't like that killer because they laugh. Or because they do some other kind of something. I don't like the Huntress because she hums, and it's like, you know, don't really care. But he's one almost where I'm like, it's not like broken, but go, get the fuck out of the way. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Steve. What a fucking dick. Like, he just stood in my fucking way. Like, that's irritating, and I'm sure they didn't really mean to do it on purpose. Because it's not like he just got downed. It's not like Eli didn't fucking help him any. No, I think he has like barbecue or some shit, dude. I wouldn't really stand there. Maybe not. Oh, that Dan. Oh, that Dan Taylor. It's salty. It's not, but.
It's not. That's funny. somewhat similar.
That'd be awesome if you could get people like that to play together. Oh, that LT Dan Taylor, because they'd be playing together. Like, whoa, we like that apparently. Oh, fucking, they're not bad though. I don't know why I say I think I hate Gunslinger, just because he does this underhand, like, he does this, like, his basic attack is just kind of like, I don't know. Like, all the other killers that have shit like that, like, a hillbilly has a chainsaw, but when he's not using his chainsaw, he uses a hammer. You know?
Yeah.
And it's whatever. Now they're getting all, you can tell the killer's getting a little, not like aggravated or other stuff, but they're kind of getting a little, not nervous, I don't want to say nervous, but like, it definitely happens when it comes down to like, it's on you, and they're trying to do that, and they got him. I enjoy it so much when, you know, you watch a killer, and they're playing, and you can tell it's getting to them for a second, just like for a second, it's nerve-wracking, but they stick with it, and they get through it, and it's like, that's the good shit. It's kind of like, that's how this game really is for like Survivor, it's kind of stressful, as in it's scary, you don't want to get caught way, but for them it's like more of a stressful, as in the gameplay comes down to whether or not you're very good, and you know, everybody, 4 people are going to be fucking trashing you if you don't do well. If you're just a survivor that doesn't do well, like you, or you know, you're a group, you have one person that's like, oh, you guys suck. But when you're the killer and you're whatever, you'll literally have 4 people being like, you suck, you suck. It's like, okay. But they did good. Both of them. That Dan and the killer. Both like, I'm sure he is just lurking, or yeah, I was doing something else, but that's kind of funny. I'll have to tell him that. I play Badoo that Dan. Yeah, Elizabeth Comstock. Comstock, but I don't know.
That's a 12-year-old.
Why would it be the 12-year-old? Like, the adult me sees that. I don't make voices. This is my voice all the time. Monotone. No voices, no impersonations, no nothing. Oh, that Dan. Yeah. It's so weird. I don't know if I'll do it right now, but you really should see some of these other games we have. Like, I have this Phasmophobia, and it is so fucking fun, because you're the ghost hunters, and you go in there, and it's kind of fun. So much like the ghost reality TV shows, you know. Are you here? How old are you? Shit like that. You talk into equipment, and but it can be a rather scary game. They do attack you. It's jeez, we fucking went down like 3 pips. Those last matches are sucked.
Maybe you should switch. Oh, she says cool. She would not like it.
But I also have this other one. It's called Last Year. It's on Steam. the player base isn't quite as big, so sometimes it takes a few minutes to get in matches, and sometimes, like the other day, I played like 4 or 5 matches, and it was like the same people in each match, because it's just only so many, like it's super small player base. But it's a game just like this, where there's a killer and you're survivors and you run around. But one of the killers on there is a giant spider, so and I fucking love that. Because it's like, no thank you. No giant spider. No small spider. No spider at all. But it's a weird one too to stream, so like I don't really mind when people say anything, like, you know, curse or fucking talk about whatever, because the one community I'm a part, that, you know, they pretty much talk peen all day, like they don't, yeah, like they just talk peen all day, so like, you know, all damn day.
The Pussy Palace.
And the Pussy Palace and Minecraft and stuff, so it's like, I never really mind about that. But it is really hard when you play a game that's like proxy chat, so like last year has proximity chat, and so does Phasmophobia, and these are why I don't play them, like, I try not to play, I can't play Phasmophobia with randoms, because I'm like afraid of what they'll say while I stream. Kind of that way with last year, it's like, if I ever have an issue with it, I'll have to quit streaming it. Because I ain't gonna have people say certain stuff. Like, I don't want any hate speech and any other shit in here. Like, people can swear and talk all nasty what they want, but yeah. Last year is pretty much just like this, kinda, just different setup. Well, Phasmophobia is kind of funny. You know, like VR, D. So like Phasmophobia is VR. You can play it in VR, which I'm sure is much more intense, but I'd love me some VR. If I can get things up on Trovo. Yeah, virtual reality. VR set. If I get more up on stuff, like if I can ever get anything, I always plan on donating to charity, but I also plan to take a portion of money I make from like streaming in general to just always constantly like upgrade the quality and content that I provide. Getting a VR set would be one. They're so fucking expensive though. It's so much more limited, like, on what you can do. Well, a virtual reality set that costs more than like the one that goes on a phone. Yeah, like the phone ones are weird, and it kind of like, so I had like the Oculus or something. Like you need a better one if you require glasses, because you have to be able to, like, you have to put it in focus, but it can fuck with me too.
She definitely will not be motion sick. She gets motion sick so
Yeah,
easily.
because I have those equilibrium problems and stuff sometimes too. So, but I can do it for like a little bit, but it's not something like I wouldn't be able to stream like a long extended period of time with VR. But some of the games are really cool. So like just the games in general that are for VR are like really cool, because some of them can be a little different. And that's what I like about Phasmophobia, is it's a game you can play in VR or you can play normally, and it's, you know, it's kind of cool because the VR concept, you know, it's just meant to be like a little bit more spooky. So, but it's really fun because you go in there and you're like, talk to a fucking Ouija board or other stuff. Like, it just depends on what it is. You sit there and try to call out to the ghost and agitate it and get proof and find out what kind of ghost it is. A lot of creepy shit that a lot of people don't do in real life. Nobody would go in a house that's haunted and holler. I don't mean reality TV. Those people aren't really going into anything haunted as much. Some things, but not all. Okay. Well, it's one thing for something to be haunted. It's another to think something is haunted. Like, if it's really haunted, that's one thing. But if just everybody's saying, like, kind of saying, well, yo, that's haunted, something happened there. Well, all motherfucking, everywhere is built on something. So, like, there's so many tormented souls that if you think that just every once in a while there'd be a go, like, that's like, oh, well, some of that doesn't always coincide. Doesn't mean I don't believe that. It's not possible, because shit is possible. But whether anything is real or not, a majority of people probably wouldn't play with a Ouija board. So, and that's what's kind of fun about there, is you can go in there and play with it. Right. Need to. I'd like to have like a really big setup. So you know this one gentleman that rated me earlier. His name's Pendant. He's been playing American Truck Simulator. So you know, like semi trucks and shit. You drive it. He uses the steering wheel and other stuff. It's so fun. It kind of made me think of you when it's like, oh, use the steering wheel and everything. It's like, oh yeah. Just driving a fucking semi. It's fun. It'd be really fun to have a good setup to be able to just to like stream anything and everything. So like VR, arcade games, like anything, or to have like a racing game set. That'd be nice. To have those like it's like the racing chair. You see those? You can have your monitor and have everything else fucking set up in this big racing chair. I'd like one of those sometimes. They're another one that's like, oh, you spend like 10 grand on a lot of this stuff easy. Yeah. But like a big one, it's like looks really comfortable, that could have like 3 monitors or some shit on it. Like they're just so expensive. Like they're a few grand, which isn't that bad, but I mean it is. Nah. Oh yeah, you can play as a doctor. What are you talking about? Just nobody likes him. I like him now. I had originally played Doctor when I'd play Killer. He was like one of the first. Oh. I wanted to play Nurse because I liked their combo, but she was so difficult to try to use. I figure most of the time when I play against friends, I'll probably start using the Nurse all the time because she's like one of the more difficult to use, and it kind of offset the skill cap without me having to just let people escape or being like, oh, I don't know that you're there, or I'm not like tunneling, but just doing whatever, because you know, telling a killer not to tunnel is some fucking shit. Like, you know, it's not just that it's the point of the game, it's just you're, you know, telling them, hey, you can't do, like, to tell them they can't do anything, like, it's just, like, so fucking beyond me. Shit, again? We ain't gonna heal. We ain't gonna heal. We ain't gonna kill. Okay. I'm just gonna run out and around and away from both of you. Whatever. You don't want to overheal, but when you pop this gym, you're gonna fucking alert him, and then we're not gonna be able to heal. Just like whatever. Why don't you sit there healing by the fucking generator we just did? Bitch, come over here. Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch. Damn it. Yo. You're a fake. Not Blade, although, I mean, you just have to stay at home, like you're not off work, right? D. For the 2 weeks? Why if you're working from home though? I gotcha. I wasn't sure how they would do that if you were working from home. Well, I mean, how are you... So they just do it on the presumed? Shit. Yeah, the presumed positive thing. Okay. Oh man, like, I fucking blew this. I blew this for her. One. Like, I literally blew that to bring him over here. And she come up right behind me. Oh. That was just like probably my death hook again. Like, I'm gonna save these fools. Shit. And she's right there. I feel like all day this has been people that ain't known shit about how to play. Ain't know it. Just bring Kindred. I'll probably switch that out because they're a little shit acting like they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. I just thought it would be like odd if they started it now and then you don't get the results in a week. Then wouldn't you need to be off the X amount of time? I don't know, that's kind of weird. Is he done? Yeah, I got you. It's still kind of weird though to be waiting on the results for like a week. And your time already be started, kinda. But it's because it doesn't take that long to get off your system. Sure we depipped on that one too. Yeah, I would figure. I guess I figured that. At that point though, once it's been a week for the results, and even if it's negative, okay, well we didn't beep it, like my bad, apparently. Well, it'd just be like, even if it was that way, if it takes a week to get it back, and then it's 3 days, you know, even if they had like a 3-day policy, if that fell by your days off, then it would still end up being like almost a total of 2 weeks that you'd be off. I mean, yeah, it's definitely affected people, like, differently. But cases like that are kind of rare. And people will take the test and have positives and then have negatives and still be, you know, it's whatever. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it affects people differently. That's kind of what the whole thing about it is. It obviously affects a certain group of people. Yeah, it's one of the things that literally... Hello, Mataku. Thank you very much for that support and that host. Hope you're having a good night. Had a great stream. Obviously, when it comes to something like this with COVID, it's, you know, it's one of those things where there's stories on all sides. So you'll have elderly people that'll get it and be fine, and then not. Same with everybody else. So it's just something. Like in the case, a lot of people have a hard time being hygienic, and I'm a germaphobe, so. Oh, good game, fruit. But it's something just like most of the time. I mean, you don't want to run to the doctor for everything, but for the most part, you should get checked out anytime you're not feeling well. Obviously, I don't like, oh, look, people, they were talking about all that Urban Dictionary shit the other day, yesterday, or whenever it was. Anybody will talk any kind of shit, and I don't really care, but I'm really not big on talking about, like, political things or other nonsense. Just because so many people have their opinion, and we all have a right to our opinion, but don't really want to argue with people. But I do think that that's something where we need precautions and we need to do things a certain way, but we're definitely getting to a certain point in our society where things are pushed by a larger group than what it used to be, and people are so divided. Well, I do. I'll discuss anything with anybody as long as they're civil about it. That doesn't bother me. Just like with people and just like with everything else, games and variety. I like a variety of everything. I like a little bit of everything, and I don't have to be, you know, a cancer survivor to support cancer survivors. Like to support causes and charities where you don't have to be everything to support people. So I like supporting everybody, and it doesn't matter if I'm right or left. We're all heading the same way. Like it doesn't matter if you go right or left. We're all like heading the same way. Like you can literally be on the other side of the political spectrum, and this isn't something that offends me or bothers me. What will bother me is when people absolutely don't want to listen to somebody else, or they use those same conspiracy theory or hate speech, or if you can't really do. I like to debate and have good conversation with people, and if you believe something a certain way, all you have to do is explain to me your point of view. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna change my mind just because you tell me, but it's a good way. It's a good start. Also, I'm not out to change everybody's mind either. I believe certain things, especially when it comes to, politically, in the way that, like, just, I'm also big on moderation. So there's, like, a very happy medium to everything. Like, we can't be so far one way or the other that we can't. And this isn't everything. But I will definitely say, and I'm not, like, a conspiracy theorist or anything by any means, but it's kind of clear that when you have, because no one side can say, oh, the rich billionaires control it on this side or the other. No, all the fucking billionaires are, money just kind of controls a lot of, our everyday lives. So it just comes with it, and just like, with the current election, and when like this, when our society is like more run off of the stock market, just like what's going to cause us to make more money, division sometime, like just some things is going to do that. So it's like I kind of hate how that's how shit is, that like people can't see past oh, well, we're all on this side or that side, but you gotta admit you're kind of being told the same bullshit from the higher ups. Like, one thing I'm like, we need to be safe and cautious about, like COVID or something, but it's something that I feel like for the first time, like, in a long time, that they've just gone, like, it just seems like it's gone overboard to a point of, you know, you want to be safe, but let's not be doing things that, you know, try to do it in a sensible way. I just like feel like right now that everything, especially like just globally and just in our country and other stuff, everybody's just so hell bent on being fucking right. Like they believe everything that they do or say is right. That's why I've said that anytime when you talk about shit like that or have any kind of view, you know, how can we all be one side or the other? Like, are you kidding me? There's so many different political, point of views, you know? That, like, if you think I fucking align with one group of people, you're wrong, you know? But, and I think that's one of the weirdest things to me is, like, you have, like, this election, and it's, like, half the country votes one side and half the country votes the other, and it's, like, I'm not just saying that we need another party or something else, but I just feel like it's, like, the current system we have breeds more division. And most of us don't even align, like, how many people really align that with every ideal from a certain party? But I'm just like, the one thing that I like the most out of anything I really worry about is, because this happens in other countries too, just inflation, taking on too much debt. Like, I'm really cautious about taking on debt. I really do believe that, you can say what you want, and they may overcharge, but one thing I'm like, I think that we all need to pay debt. Like, we all need to pay for things. So I know it'd be nice to have like college, and I'm not saying like a technical college couldn't be at a super reduced rate, or say with low payments and no interest, but it's really hard to have things like, this is like if you were to want to buy a house and you're like, oh, well, let me borrow all this money, but don't charge me any fucking interest. And it's like, wait a minute, like, you kind of have to, you got to pay for stuff. I worry about, lots of programs not being available for like when my kids grow up. Or to be like, oh, well, we're worrying about the children. One thing that bothers me is when people bring children into political discussions and stuff. You know, don't sit there and tell me you told your kid about the election. They're 6 year old. That's so fucked. Like, you are literally not allowing your kid to have a childhood if you're dragging them into this bullshit that we all dread going through. Kind of, like, we do it, but none of us wanted to do it. Some of us don't want to do it. Of course, I want to take part in anything that has, you know, a majority of say of how we do things. Yeah, that's what I don't understand too, is like, is sometimes with like tuition or being able to get a scholarship, like that if you work hard, it's, I don't know, sometimes everything can be a double-edged sword. You want to make things available to everybody, but then at the same time that when you make it available to everybody like that, then like everybody's work productivity kind of goes down. It's like there's no drive, there's no will to do it because just everybody gets it. Oh yeah, that's why they'll want, like, you're almost looked down upon if you just want your kids to play and do stuff. If you ain't having them fucking learn to play the piano at 5 years old, or to be able to like do algebra and shit, or just, like any kind of BS, it's like, if you obviously clearly let anybody do what they want to do, but like, I don't want to hear it on that shit. Like, there was some people that were watching election stuff on election day, you know, and they were talking about kids being a part of it. And, oh, my kids this and my kids that, and it's like, I don't know. I guess I can't really remember the age, you know. I feel like when you get older and you can serve in the military and pay taxes and do things like that, then you get to do whatever. But I'll definitely say that I think that our city, you know, anybody that can't look at the way like things went down this time or other stuff and can't be like, look, there's something a little fucky with the way everything goes on here. Like, it doesn't matter what side you're on. I'm just more like, yeah, like, I want my kids to fucking play. Have fun, play, like, go enjoy your life at this stage. There's nobody that's like, I want to be a kid again so I can fucking play the piano at 4 years old. It's like, nobody says that. They're like, I want to be a kid again and just like have fun and be carefree and just get around and do stuff. And although I do believe that you should definitely work on like development, like learning and development for like basic core skills for children, obviously. Of course, like I said, a lot of things are all my opinion, and everybody has a right to do anything they want, you know. But I do worry about the amount of money they want to try to, you know, throw at COVID and put people out, and just, you know. When people are like, here's money, it's just like, here's money, here's free money, take this money. Everybody get money all the time, and it's just like, you kind of think like, man, when people fucking do shit like that, they're giving you the money in one hand and taking something from you at the other in a way, like. Well, yeah, and I don't really think that like the digital age or any other stuff have like hurt kids as much. Like, I don't think that. I think it's the requirement that parents have for their children to do. Like, you just have to like be whatever at this super young age, and it's just like really, really dumb. I'll just say like one of the other things that's just like beyond me is the like I can't believe like I'll go through like my social media or other stuff and people are like, if you think this way, excuse me, if you think this way or you think that way, get the fuck off my page and don't follow. We can't be friends because of your one opinion. It's like, what a point in society where we're so narcissistic that we're like, if you don't fucking think the way I think, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not worth my time. I'm like, that's so trashy. Especially considering like a majority of people that'll be on my social media and stuff will be like, these are people that are parts of communities that want people to accept them for the way they are. Sitting there and saying, if you don't think the way I do, get the fuck out of here, we can't be friends. And I'm just like, could you imagine going to some of these communities and some of these people, or certain, you know, any kind of group of people like that, and if you turned it around and the shoe was on the other foot and you're like, you know, well, I'm not gay or I'm not this and that. If you are, get the fuck off my page. It's like, if you'd ever think of that, it'd be unfathomable. Like, nobody would even, they'd be like, you're a disgusting person. But like now it's okay to say that kind of shit to people. And that's something that really bothers me. It makes me think, you know, you can't necessarily be on a correct side if you're like that. And I'm like not even kidding you. There's so many people, it's like, I'm the nicest person to people. Like, anybody and everybody. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I legit help anybody, everybody. Like I said, I work with veterans, work with women's shelters, work with animal shelters, boys and girls club. Like, I will literally work with any and every group on any kind of level, like anything. When you start being a certain way to other people, though, that's when I'm like, I draw a line. Man, what a match. Like, guys are so shocked about that, though. Or the fact of, like, things aren't even done. Like, just sometimes when people can't, like, because I don't want to say I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but when I sit there and, like, you know, people write about things and do stuff, and you have people that'll invent things and they're in different parts of the world. I mean, these people never come across each other, so, like, minds do think alike. And it's just like really bad when people are kind of assholes to each other. Thanks, Pig. You get what I was saying. What a match. But there's so much more to, like, life and it's like when people don't think of, like, a broader stuff, like, because I just follow so much stuff. Yeah, she's in there with the kid, I think. Like, people just don't look at a bigger picture kind of thing. It's like, well, you know, I don't mind helping or doing a lot of things because I like what we do, but, you know, I think with, like, COVID and other stuff, they're like, it's just kind of a certain way. I feel like that if they're like, you know, I'm more conservative or what you would say, and I have tons of friends that are just like from the left. Literally to a point of where, like, a majority of the people that I hang out with in my Discord and other stuff, like, they're all left and I'm not like that. Because I just don't believe in throwing money at shit. You know, that's that'd be the biggest difference that keeps me from being on whatever. Like, I care about people and I care about things and I totally do. But I also know that, you know, we only have so much money and we're gonna run out of it eventually. Dude. Definitely stay on that. That's one of the more important things when you're sick. Yeah, it's like, it's kind of weird to me that, like, you know, especially with the group of people I'd hang out with or the people that I was on social media, you know, it's like one of the nicest, most helpful people, you know, never really been really the part of stuff. Yeah, sometimes I'll like switch up and play different games, but since I like restream, I was like, you have to like change the fucking title of every platform. So I'm like, I don't even switch. Probably about ready to get off here for tonight. I'll usually go a little bit longer. Like I've been trying to set a schedule and keep to it. But I also need to try to make myself take days off because I'm like pretty much on like every fucking day now. Like I don't think there's a day of the week that you would come through and I wouldn't really be on at some point. Like there'd be some time, but I don't really want to stream every single day, but I will certainly stream 5 days plus a week around that. Trying to do like 40 hour weeks, which I've been doing more than that. Just getting into it. Right now I'm a little irritated about Minecraft because I'd hop on Minecraft and play it. But with the Game Pass version kicking me non-stop. It's like some days it won't kick at all, and then other days it kicks like a lot. Oh. So if I do, I'll have to like, I probably wouldn't stream it because it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to get in there. And earlier on, like I was like at 3 hours into my stream, and I think it had kicked me like 4 times. It's like that's 30 to 40 minutes that I sat on a be right back screen. And it's like, you know, too much. I almost thought about doing this like test, you know, get a voice changer kind of thing to where it sound like I was female or have one of you talk on here. Cause like so many people probably come in here thinking Radiant's like a girl.
Oh, maybe.
And I would like be super interested to see if like the growth would be,
Different.
yeah, any different if it was a woman. Because sometimes people will come in and they're just like being like out and so they're probably like, oh, this could be a chick, and then they go and they're like, oh wait, no, it's a guy. Never mind. Yeah, not all of them. So, yeah, I appreciate all the support. Thank you, everybody coming through. Thank you, D. I'll probably hop off here now. Maybe give Minecraft a shot, but I won't really be streaming it for now. Kind of sit back and relax for a while the rest of the night. I appreciate everybody came through, whether you follow, hosted, rated, you came in and chatted, or if you just watched and did not say anything. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. And if you have a preferred platform, I restreamed. I'm on like 6 different platforms, so YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, DLive, Trovo. If any of these are your favorite and you'd rather support there, it's Radio Night Olin at any of those. Also, if you want to support on all of them, I'd really appreciate that too. We're really pushing numbers on Trovo though right now, so as I said, I appreciate the support everywhere though. So even if it isn't on Trovo, I greatly appreciate that. Be on tomorrow. like, I will probably play some Smite tomorrow. And depending what goes on, have a shorter day stream and a longer night stream. I'm not sure. Wednesday would typically be a day I shouldn't stream, but I do a little. But we'll definitely be on in the next day or two. And if you are there, D, then I may show you one or two of those games that I was talking about. But also this week I plan on starting a couple other games, maybe at least one more. Throw in the mix, so we like a variety. I enjoy playing Minecraft, DBD, and Smite, but it's also good to have a little bit of variety and not just Phasmophobia, so. But we're getting off here for tonight. Thank you everyone again for coming through. I appreciate that. Especially Pendant Beard over on Twitch, and Mitaku with a 0. That's Mitaku. M0TAKU. Mitaku. Plays Just Dance. King of Just Dance. I will like give him that title because he is fucking that good. He's on Trovo and he's on Twitch, so if anybody wants to check him out, you guys should. But I really appreciate them coming through. Corellium, thank you for showing your support earlier too. I really appreciate that. Corellium's on Twitch and Trovo, so if you're ever interested or need any of these people, just, you know, check out the people I follow. They'll be on that list. You can give them a follow easily. A lot of these people, they've came through my Trovo chat too recently. Today in particular. You could just click on their name, go into their profile. Unfortunately, we don't have shoutouts on all our streaming platforms, so. And as always, thank you Lizzie and Lucas for being in here. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.